And hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan coming back to make one last video. The other stuff I did mean to say was that people become obsessed with positions because once the church keeps asking you to do it, you do it, then they start patting you on the head, and you start getting a big head because you feel loved and accepted. Then you want to keep doing that position because while you're in it, it starts to get better and better, and people start praising you for it. So now you feel like you're above other people, which makes you feel like now you're above all people. Oh, now you're doing more work for God than anybody. So now you feel better than other people because you're pretty much what's the word I'm looking for? You're um basically you're giving more to the church than somebody else. You're making the church look better than someone else, so they make you think you're higher than other people, which starts to make you think you're better than other people. So that's what makes you become obsessed with that position. And after so many years of you having it, now you don't want to give it up, which makes you become highly possessed with it. Then they start to say, can't no one do that like you? Then you start to think, oh, if I'm not here, nobody can run it like me. Yeah, or I meant to say, yeah, you start contributing more to the church than somebody else. Church starts giving you rewards and blowing up your head about the situation. Now you done turned into a demon or a jackass because now you feel like you're better than other people. That's what I was trying to say. Other thing that added to the first video was about the whole trying to raise people from the dead thing. It's not only the fact that you could try to bring someone back from heaven and they'll be in shock, it's also you might bring someone back from hell and they'll be in shock and not know how to react to the fact that they just came back to earth after being in the spirit world for so long. Because it's like 5 minutes in the spirit world feels like an hour. And once you're up there, you lose track of time and space and reality. So calling someone back from that side is very, very dangerous because you don't know once that person comes back how they're going to react to the fact that they just came back from being gone. So that's all I'm saying. And the other thing is, when you're doing that, just remember one critical thing. When you're summoning the dead, it's not just the person that's hearing you, it's an opposite spirit that's hearing you. And based off of if that person wants to come back, there's a race going on because now this entity is hearing you and the person who you're summoning is hearing you. Now it's the whole thing about who's going to get back to that body first, the person you're summoning or the entity, who's going to get to it first. And because the entity knows how to move through the spirit world way faster, they may get to it quicker and get in it, and then it's sealed. Now this body just rose, but the person that you think is in that form is not. And let me just change what I said. It's not a body anymore, it's a crypt or a corpse. It's not a body anymore. But, yeah. So as far as people trying to do that, it's not a safe idea, especially because you can't see what or who you called back. And oh yeah, the other thing is, if you try and do that, one or two other things could happen. One, that whatever you summon might not even go back into form. It might just stay as a spirit and stay on earth and just haunt you for even bringing it to the earth. Now you have to deal with the fact that you just opened a door that you don't know how to close. Or worse than that, more than one thing might come out that door and you can't see any of it. So now it's like, oh crap, what did I do? You're wondering why this person didn't respond. Then them things might shapeshift and turn into whoever you were trying to summon to make you think you did what you didn't. Now they're just misleading you to try to ruin your life. Yeah. And what was the other thing? Oh, oh yeah. Pastors and such selling their soul for fame and money. Uh, Basically how that goes is you make a deal with a certain entity, then, well, first is first. You go to what's called the seminary. Seminary teaches you what to teach the church and what not to, so you can keep making money off of lies. Then you want to get elevated, so the seminary teaches you how to make a deal with an entity. And then they start to whisper into people's ears to go to your church. Once they give you that big church with that degree and you had a nice suits, then them spirits will possess them people and get them people to come to your church. And then them spirits will teach you what to say and how to say it and what type of personality to carry to attract people. Which is like certain pastors and stuff now who know how to be all nice and gentle and kind, but their heart's dark and cold and very corrupted. But they know how to put on a good face for people because they want that money and that power and that respect to keep coming back. So that's just how they do that. So don't think if you see all these bishops on TV with these big mega churches that that's God. Because it ain't. Far from that.